Hello everyone, welcome to Life Journal Jumpstart. My name is Garrett Mizunaka and today is July 15th. Let's dive right into our scripture reading. It's Isaiah 22 to 24 and Hebrews 12. We're almost done with the book of Hebrews. We're coming to a close, but we got a good chunk to go in Isaiah still yet. So let's remember the big ideas of Isaiah, that God is warning of judgment that will come to Israel and their neighbors for all the wrongdoings, sins, mistakes that they've committed against people and especially God himself. However, there is always a foundation for hope that judgment creates, and that without the judgment, hope cannot be fully realized. And without hope, judgment fully doesn't kind of have its effect. And so you'll always see that God is a restorative God who restores people back to himself continuously. And we'll continue through Isaiah here in Isaiah 22 and 24. We begin to see the fall of Babylon and these kind of chunk of chapters, and we've seen the past couple of days. And also Israel's neighbors around them, and we see the list continued here. We see kind of judgment kind of explained more, and we see a judgment on Tyre, and it's interesting to see all the different nations that are listed here. It's not just Israel, and I pray as I have the past 2 or 3 days that we would scrub our hearts and really see if our own hearts can identify with any of these nations, and that we would ask God to help us deal with these hardened hearts, these prideful hearts of ours that are so easily swayed by the world. So it's continuing Hebrews 12, and the book of Hebrews is about to come to a close, and the author is challenging the readers to stay faithful to Jesus, and he uses Old Testament heroes as an example of faith lived out. And he begins here to kind of get a little bit more practical. This chapter is a bit one of the more encouraging chapters, and he shows what faith really kind of practically looks like in the day and age that they're living in, but we can totally identify with it now. And I pray that you and me would really ask this question as one of the more practical questions that we can ask ourselves today. How will you and I be different because of what we have read today? I'll see you tomorrow.